Last session we discussed active voice, passive voice. Now today let's discuss change the voice. And also last session we discussed changing the statement active into passive. But here let us discuss the imperative sentences, how to convert. What is imperative? Imperative means it's a request, order, advice, suggest, command. Those sentences are called imperative sentence. So how to change the imperative active into passive or passive into active? So look at this. All the imperatives will start with main verb. Our negative starts with the don't. So how to change this? We have to add let for this. We must add let. I have to take out the object. What is the object? The door. And what is the auxiliary verb we have to add? We have to add be. I have already told you that in the passive voice, main verb always must be in the third form. What is the third form for main verb? Open. Open will be changed as a opened. So let the door be opened. So this is an imperative sentence. So this imperative should be written like this, let. So next, close the window. So close the window also. Let the window be closed. And next, don't tear the papers. How do you write negative? Negative we have to write let not. Let not. Negative should be written let not. So positive let, negative let not. Let not, the object should come in the place of subject. We discussed already in the previous session. The let the papers be, what is the three form for tear? Tear, tore, torn. So let not papers be torn. And next one, request, you please come on time. This is a request. While you write the request, how we have to use, you cannot go with let. How to write? You are requested. You are. So we have to write the are and verb third form. So requested we have to add for requesting. Requested. So use infinitive here, to come on time. So you are requested to come on time. So infinitive should be used. We cannot change this main verb into third form in this request or advice or suggestion. Here, don't go out. So you are advised. The same way we have to write because it is an advice. You are advised not to go out. In rain. So you are at request or advice or a suggestion or command. So for a command, so you are ordered command. So close the tap. So you are ordered to close the tap. So command should be like written like this: request, order, command, advice, or should be written like this: you are advised, you are requested, you are ordered, you are commanded. So we have to write like this. This is changing the imperative sentences active into passive voice. Now let us see how the questions should be changed active into passive. Look at these questions. There are WH question and yes or no type questions. How to change the question active into passive. So what we have to do, the question has to be changed as a statement. How to change as the statement? Take out the question word and look at that. Question always starts with the auxiliary verb. This auxiliary verb should be added with the main verb. So return. So what is the statement? You return. Will change as a statement. You will return the book. So you will return the book. Now do active into passive. So this is subject. This is the verb, it is the object. So object will come in the place of subject, subject will go in the place of object. So what is the answer? The book. And the book, will they are given, so will plus be plus verb third form. Returned. Returned by you. It is in the form of statement. So we have to make it as a question. How to change it as a question? This auxiliary should be placed before the subject. If you place before the subject, that will become as a question. So, will the book be returned? by you. Question mark and add the question word when. So this is the way we have to make it active into passive. First we have to change the question into a statement. After changing into a statement, we have to do changes active or passive. After doing that, we have to make it as a question. How to make it as a question? If you write the auxiliary verb before the subject, that will turn as a question. So next, yes or no type question is given here. Can you lift the box? What is the statement? You can lift the box. So now look at this. You can lift, this is subject, can lift verb, object. So object will come in the place of subject. The box. For the modals, we have to add modal plus be plus verb third form. So can be, what is the third form for lift? Lifted by you. So how to make it as a question? So this auxiliary should be written in before the subject. If you write here, this will become a question. So what is the question? Can the box be lifted by you? It's a question. So this is the way we have to write it. So finally we have to make it as a again question. Question should be changed as a statement and then do active or passive. So after changing it, again we have to make it as a question. How to make it as a question? Auxiliary should be placed before the subject. If you write with verb, that will turn as a statement. So question will change as a statement. How do you finish it? So make it as a statement. So do auxiliary should be added. Should be added with the main verb. Do plus finish will change it as a finish. Finish. It cannot be written separately. So we have to add the finish. Do plus finish will change as a finish it. So use subject, finish verb, it is object. So do emphasizes, it is the simple present tense. So do emphasizes simple present tense. While you simple present making passive, what is required? So the object will come in the place. Subject, it is finished. Finished by you. Now make it as a question. How to make it as a question? This auxiliary should be written here. Is it finished? So then question word. How is it finished by you? Question mark. So this is the way we have to write the questions active into passive. First change the question into statement and change the voice. After changing the voice, don't forget to change it as a question again. Okay, now let us see some example sentences. Now look at the first question. So I have already told you very clearly that you have to find out the sentence pattern. You should know the tense. So this is the subject, place is the verb, and football, it is an object. So then you have to find out the tense. How do you find out the tense? Look at that verb. What is the auxiliary lying in it? You have to find out. So what is the auxiliary in this slide? Does. Does plus play, change it as a place. So does, where we use in the table already, I told you in the last session. So does is an active voice. So does, it is active voice. Now we have to change it into passive voice. So for the passive making, what is the required auxiliary is am or plus verb third form. Verb third form is required on it. So the football will come here. Football, you have to wait here. Football singular or plural? It is a singular. So football is, what is the third form for play? Play should be changed into played. Football is played by. This subject will come into the object place. When it comes into the object place, it will turn as objective pronoun. He will change it as a him. So the football is played by him. Next question. He was cutting a tree. So subject, verb, object. So he was cutting a tree. So was cutting very clearly emphasizes what is the tense? Past continuous tense. For making past continuous, what are the auxiliaries required? A was being, were being. So a tree will come in the place of subject. A tree was being cut. What is the tree form for cut? Cut, cut, cut. Many of the verbs which ends with T, they retain the same. Cut, 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 put. So hurt. So hurt. So these are the verbs repeat the same. So we should not change. So what is the answer for this? A tree was being. A tree was being cut. You might remember, cut, you can, what is the third form for cut? Cut. Cut by him. Cut by him. Okay. Next sentence, look at the next sentence, put on the light. So put on the light is an imperative sentence. So how to write the imperative? This is a kind of requesting or asking someone. So you have to write, you are asked. You are asked to put. What is put? It has to be changed as an imperative. Put on light. So why we used you are asked? This is asking someone to switch on the light. So this is an imperative sentence. So while you write the imperative, already I clearly told you that. So what we have to use? Advise means you are advised. Request means request. This is asking someone so to switch on the light. So you are asked to put on light. Next, walk on platform. This is kind of advice. You are advised. So you are advised. You are advised. You are advised to walk on platform. You are advised to walk on platform. So this main verb should be changed as a imperative. Next, please keep silence. So this is kind of request. So how you have to write? You are requested. You are requested. The please should be ignored. It has to be deleted. You are requested to keep silence. Keep silence. You are requested to keep silent. This is the way we have to write. Now look at this, my watch. My watch has been stolen. So this is subject, this is the verb. But object is not given. Why it is not given? Someone has stolen. So that's we don't know exactly who stole that. So we are writing. How to write this? So here we have to write it as a someone. When doer of the action is unknown, we have to write someone. Someone as. Someone as. So as plus verb third form, it is active voice. What is the passive required? Has been or have been. So we have to write has been stolen. Stolen my watch. So what is the three form for stolen? Steal, stole, stolen. So this is the three form. Someone has been stolen my watch. Why we use someone? You should understand. Because the doer of the action is unknown. Who did that action is unknown. So we have to go with someone. Then next question. So what did you buy? I have already clearly told you. We have to make it as a statement. What is the statement? Did plus buy. We'll change it as a bought. Okay. You bought. You bought. You bought. So object is what is not given in this line. So bought, did it emphasize the active voice and also it emphasized the simple past. So what is required for simple past? Was or were plus verb third form. So what is the three form for bought? Bought, buy, bought. So what we have to add was. Okay, and add this question directly. What was bought by you? So this is the answer. What was bought by you? So this is the way we have to write. Next question. Who wrote this letter? Straight away make it as a subject and verb and take it as an object. So wrote emphasizes simple past. For making simple past, was or were plus verb 3 is required. The letter was written. For this who, what we have to write? By whom? We cannot write with who. Whom? By whom was. What is the question for this? Auxiliary has to be before the subject. By whom was the letter written? Question mark. By whom was the letter written? This is the way you can write. Or else, who, if you are going with who was the letter, two way we can write it. Written by. So we can write it in the both ways. By whom was the letter written, or else who, if you use who was the letter written by. So this is the way we can write it. The next question, can you lift the parcel? So how do you change it into the statement? You can lift the parcel. So you have to change it as a statement. Lift the parcel. So how do you make it subject and it's a verb and it's object. So it will come in the subject phrase, the parcel can plus be plus verb third form. Lifted, can be lifted by you. So make it as a question. How to make it as a question? Can the parcel be lifted by you? This is the way we have to make it into a question. Placing the auxiliary before the subject, it will turn as a question. So writing the auxiliary with the main verb, that will turn as a statement. So remember this, how to change the statement into question into statement. So next question, who wrote the apples? So take it, this is subject, ate, verb, and this as an object. I have already told you that this sentence how to write. So first the apples will come here. The apples. Apples plural. Yet, what is the tense? It's very clear. Did plus eat turned as a yet. So did it shows simple past. For making simple past, we require was or were plus verb third form. Here apples plural. So we have to go with it. Be verb where. And third form we have to write. What is the three form for yet? Eat, ate, eaten. So we have to go with eaten, eaten by. And make it as a question. How to make it as a question? Write this auxiliary before the subject. Where, who were the apples eaten by? This is one type. Or else, by whom you can write. By whom were the apples eaten. This is the second. Two types we can write it in the two types of this kind of questions. So remember this. So remember, question has to be changed as a statement. After changing as a statement, you have to write active voice or passive voice. After writing active or passive, you have to make it into a question. Let's see some more examples. Look at this. This is subject was given verb by. So this is, we have to find it out whether it is active or passive voice. So was plus verb third form, it clearly emphasizes this is the passive voice. So we have to make it into active voice. Was, which is used only in the simple past. For making simple past active, what is the auxiliary required? Did auxiliary. So we have to use did auxiliary and verb first form. What is the first form for given? Give. So did plus give will change as a gave. It will turn as a gave. Did plus give will turn as a gave. Then Srikanth object will come in the subject place. Srikanth. Okay. Srikanth. Did plus give will turn as a gave. Srikanth gave the answer. So this is the way we have to write answer. Did plus give will turn as a gave. So you should know very clearly was plus verb third form, it is passive voice. While you are making into active voice, what is the auxiliary required? You should know it already. I already told you in the last session, you have to memorize the tenses. Otherwise, you cannot write the active voice, passive voice. So was the letter received by you? Was plus received. It clearly shows this is the passive voice and it is a question. Now change it as an active sentence. How to make it into active? The letter was received. The letter was received by you. So how do you make it into, what is the auxiliary required? Did plus verb first form. So did plus verb first form which is required and by you will come in the subject place. You, so did plus receive. Did you received will change it as a first form, received. Did you receive the letter? question mark. So it has to be started off with the auxiliary verb. So did you receive the letter? So this is the way we have to make it. This one question has to change it as a statement. After changing into the statement, object will come in the place of subject. And was plus verb 3, it clearly emphasizes simple past. For making simple past, what is the auxiliary required? Did plus verb first form. So did plus verb first form, it is a question. So we have to write the auxiliary verb before the subject. Next is English taught by you. This is also passive voice. Is plus verb third form, clearly it shows this is a simple present. For making simple present, we require auxiliary do or does. Do or does plus verb first form. So what is the three form for taught? Teach. Teach. So you will come here. So when you comes, you is the plural. So we have to go with the do. If subject is singular, we have to use does. So do you, what is the first form for taught? Teach. Do you teach English? Question mark. So this is the way we have to write. Next, by whom was this letter written? So clearly it emphasizes by whom and was letter written. So this very clearly emphasizes this is also passive voice. So how to make it into active voice? By whom we have to delete. So instead of that we have to use who. So did plus verb third form. Verb first form will change it as a second form. Did plus wrote. Why we have used did? Because was plus verb 3, it shows it's a simple past. For making simple past active, did plus verb first form, then that will change as a second form. Did plus write as turned as a wrote. So who wrote this letter? Who wrote this letter? Question mark. Then the dam was built in 1948. This is subject was built. It very clearly emphasizes this is the passive voice. Built in 1948. So, but the doer of the action is not given very clearly. So, when the subject is not given, doer of the action is not given, we have to use someone, we, I, or they. So, here, what we can use, which could be the can we use someone? Someone we cannot write it because the dam, all the people gathered and they built. So, we have to go with the they. They did plus build. Did plus build will change it as a did plus build. Did plus build will change it as a build. They built the dam in 1948. So built the dam in 1948. So this year, we can write year in 1948 they built the dam. Anywhere we can write it. So this is the way we have to make it. Why we used they? You should understand it very clearly because it is doer of the action is not given. So one person cannot do this work. So that we have to use they. They built the dam in 1948. So next, let the book be. Let very clearly shows it is an imperative sentence and we have to find out whether it is negative imperative or positive imperative. So not is not used in this line. So it is a positive imperative. So this verb has to be changed as a present form. So how do you change? What is the present form for brought? Bring. Bring, this object will come here, bring the book. It has to be ignored by you because the let it emphasize the imperative. You don't need to write you bring the book. If you write you bring the book, that will make change as a statement. But it is not a statement, it is an imperative sentence. So all the imperatives should start with by main verb or don't. So our gate is opened. So who is doing of the action? That is not known. When not unknown, what is that? Someone. Okay, someone. Is plus verb 3 very clearly shows it is a passive voice and simple present. For making active, we require do or does. Do or does. Does plus verb first form. What is the first form for opened? Opened. So here someone will come here. Someone is a singular subject. So when the subject is singular, we have to take does. Does plus open, that will turn as a opens. Someone opens our gate. Subject will come into the object place. So that's very clear. Do you know me? Next it is a question. So how to write this question? We have to make it as a statement. You do plus know will turn as a no. Know me. So now You subject, no verb. So this is clearly shows do, it's a simple present active voice. We have to make it into passive voice. How to make it into passive voice? So this object will come into the subject place. I am. So what is the three form for know? Know, knew, known. Known. N-O. Known by you. Actually, we have to make it as a question. How to make it as a question? Take out the auxiliary and write before the subject. So how to write? Am I known by you? Am I known by you? So this, remember, this I should be always in capital letter. Wherever we write the pronoun I, it has to be in the capital letter. You should not write it as a small letter. So remember that, even though in the middle of the line. Next, let the book be brought by you. It also clearly emphasizes this is a same question. We again and repeatedly we have done. So bring the book. Bring the book. Next question. Add she, see by you before. Add plus being plus verb third form. It shows it is a passive voice. We have to make it into active voice. Add plus being plus verb third form. It shows the past perfect. So we have to make it active into past perfect. For making active, add plus verb third form. Already the verb is in third form, so we don't need to go with add. Add. So make it the first statement. She added. She had been seen by you. So you will come in play in the place of subject. You. So add. You add seen. She will change it as a her. So now make it as a question. How to make it as a question? Add you seen her. That is the question. So take out the auxiliary and write before the subject. Add you seen her. Her before. So that is the way we have to write the questions. These are the examples. How to write the questions, how to write the statements, how to write the imperative sentences. So first we have to find out whether what is active voice or passive voice. After finding out, we have to find out the tense, what tense they used. So that we have to find out. After finding out, and recall the table, and after recollecting the table, what is the required auxiliary, what is the main verb should be used. So we have to concentrate in the particular area, and subject into object, object into subject place. Whenever you are right, whether it is active voice or passive voice, you have to concentrate those things. And imperative sentences, positive imperative, negative imperatives, or advice, suggestions, how we have to write, I clearly explained. So I hope you understand very well. So thank you so much.